Hi everybody and welcome to this week's yoga practice. Today we have an active recovery yoga practice for you, and what you'll need is a cushion and a nice space to stretch out, to maybe roll out your mat, or a nice towel or a blanket, something to practice on. So if you'd like to grab your props, I'll meet you back here on the mat in a moment. So to begin with today, we're going to use our cushion as some extra padding for our knees as we go into cat-cow. So just placing the knees on your cushion, or maybe you have a rolled up towel or a blanket. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, top of the feet are nice and relaxed on the ground. And we're going to start by taking a nice big inhale, so breathing in deeply. And then exhale, we're going to round the back like a cat, drop the head between the arms and just feel some nice space opening up between the shoulder blades. As you inhale, we're going to look forward, take the heart center forward and feel a nice stretch in the spine in the opposite direction. Exhale, round that back and don't force the head, just let the head hang between the arms. And inhale as you come through to cow stretch. Good. Just moving at your own pace now for a few more rounds. You might like to move the shoulders from left to right, even the hips. When you're in cow stretch, just feel that nice opening through the front of the body. Exhaling, a nice stretch for the back. Moving with the breath, inhaling in cow and exhaling in cat. Let's do one more round. And again, we're not forcing anything here, just move with your spine, move with your body where it is today. We'll come back to a neutral position. And we're just going to stretch out in child's pose for a moment. So you might like to move your cushion to one side. You might like to sit on your cushion for a bit of extra support. We're going to bring the toes together, take the knees wide, and we're going to stretch our hands out along the mat. Now for a deep stretch for the upper body, getting into the shoulders, the connective tissue around the arms and the armpits, we're going to press the fingers actively into the floor here as we draw the tailbone down towards the heels. So it's almost like a little bit of traction, really stretching out as you press the hands into the floor and then draw everything away. You might even like to kind of creep the fingers up the mat and then draw everything and let the hands slide back down the mat as you sink the tailbone closer towards the floor. Take one big inhale here. Feel the back of the ribs expand, and then as you exhale, just relax everything now. Let go of that stretch, and it could help to slide the hands in, place the palms on top of each other, and just rest the forehead gently on the stacked hands, and let go of those shoulders here. So letting them feel heavy, letting go of the tension you might be feeling in there, letting them soften. And even let the jaw and the face soften down to the ground here. Just kind of let gravity help you here, release any tension. Good. Take a nice inhale and a full exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly come up to sitting. And we're just going to come to kneeling as a little check-in. If kneeling feels too intense for your knees and your feet, feel free to come round and sit with the feet in front. And just do a quick body scan from the crown of the head down through the body. Just becoming aware of any areas that might feel a little tight or might need a little bit more attention today. Good. So from here, we're going to move very slowly around and come back to tabletop. And have your cushion handy if you like it for padding under your knees. We're going to take our right foot forward and place the top of the left foot on the mat behind us. Then we're going to come up to this low lunge, but what I'd really like you to do is activate this right foot so it's pressing into the floor and supporting your knee over your ankle. And then even press the top of the back left foot into the ground a little for some stability in that leg too. So we're not collapsing into this. I want you to actively sit up nice and tall, stand up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your hips and just tune in with how the pelvis is doing today. I want you to kind of play around with it a little bit, move from left to right, maybe draw the hip points and the pelvis forward and then back. And just feel the interplay of the pelvis as you move it forward and back. Do you notice the left hip flexor and the quad opening up? Do you notice anything on your hamstring or your glute? What about if you go from side to side? Just very small movements, just tuning into how our body is doing today. And then come back to neutral. Keep that foundation nice and strong. With a big inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead. Now, I'm not really stretching too much and hugging my shoulders up here. I'm going to kind of keep them plugged and down. I'm going to stretch out my fingertips and look up. It might challenge your balance a little bit, or look forward. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale fully. And with the next inhale, rising from your heart center, we're going to lift this part of the body up and feel a gentle back bend. You can lift the arms up and over, keeping the hips kind of central. We're not going to force them forward. I want you to really feel that the spine is lengthening as it arches back, even just a fraction. It doesn't have to be a big, dramatic back bend. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, come forward. Slowly bringing the hands down to the mat around that front right foot. From here, we're going to walk the right foot out to the side and bring the hands to the middle of the mat. Now I'm supporting myself on my arms here so that the hip is a little bit loose and free. I don't want to collapse down into that. I want to be able to slowly let this right hip gently roll out to the side just a few times. Just encouraging some movement out to the side. Quite often our hips as endurance athletes get very stuck in this forward motion. So now we're just encouraging some opening, getting into the glute, getting into all that connective tissue. And again, these are nice, small, gentle movements. Good. So slowly walk that foot back to the middle. Bring the hands around the front right foot, tuck the back left toes under and squeeze up that back left knee. So I'm switching on my quad, my hamstring and my calf for some support here. And I'm pressing this right foot actively into the floor. From here, I'm going to slowly rotate, dropping my left shoulder, lifting up the right shoulder to look to the side. Now we're going to come into this twist. This might be enough for you. You can bring your right hand to the hip. Make sure that that hip isn't swinging out. You want to guide it back so that it's kind of in line with your knee. From here, you can slowly begin to free up the shoulder. So it should feel kind of free here. You're supporting with the left. If it doesn't feel too good, like you don't want to reach up, that's fine. You can keep the right hand here. If you want to take a full stretch, reach the right arm up to the sky, rotating through the waist, and look up or to the side. Take a nice big inhale. Keep this back left leg switched on, and then bring your right hand down. Good job. Let's drop that left knee. We're going to slide the right foot back and come back to kneeling. Again, you can sit on a cushion here for some extra padding. And I'd like you to close the eyes and do a quick body scan from the crown of the head down through the body, and notice where you might be feeling warm, where you might be feeling some extra sensations in the hip flexor, the knee. Check in with the breathing. We want the breathing to stay nice and fluid. It shouldn't feel like we're trying to hold our breath and hold in tension. We want to be able to breathe freely. So take a nice big inhale and exhale fully. Open the eyes, move your cushion to the side unless you're going to need it under the knee. We're going to take the left foot forward now and go through the same process. Press this left foot into the ground, press the top right foot into the floor and come up to your low lunge. Again, check in with the pelvis. And we're not going to place any judgment on differences between the right or the left. I just want you to accept and become aware of how your body's doing today. So again, just take a few moments to check in. How does our pelvis feel? How does the hip flexor react to movement of the pelvis? How do my hamstrings feel? What about side to side? Does that change anything from the outside? Maybe feel it around the outside of the hip. And again, these are small, subtle movements. Come back to center, and again, check in with this foundation. Our setup should be nice and activated and strong. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale fully. And with the next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, look up and reach through the fingertips. Keeping the shoulders plugged, but feeling some length already starting to form through the body, all the way up to the fingertips. Now, if you'd like to, you come into a little back bend. We're going to inhale, lift the heart center up and arch it back in a mini back bend, keeping that left foot pressing into the floor, feeling a nice opening through the front right side of the body. Take a nice big inhale, exhale, sweep the hands down and bring the hands down to the ground around that left foot. Walk the left foot out to the side, bringing the hands to the middle of the mat, and again supporting some weight here. So you could even be up on your fingers if that's more help, or if you'd like to use a block here, that's also great. You can put your hands up on a block or your fingertips. So we're going to allow this left knee to gently roll out to the side. And again, very small, subtle movements, just encouraging some freeing movement into that left hip to open it up. Open up the glute, all the connective tissue around the hip. I'm not forcing anything here, it's just very, very small movements. Breathing steadily, nice and freely. Good, and then come all the way back to center by slowly walking the foot in, moving the hands to frame that front left foot. I'm going to tuck the back right toes under, lift up the back right leg energetically. So switch on the quad, the calf, the hamstring, and begin to rotate into your twist by dropping the right shoulder, bringing the left hand to the left hip, keeping this left hip in line. Just encourage it. We don't have to push it or force it. And then the hand can stay on the hip, or we can lift the left arm up to the sky and take a nice big twist. Really pressing into the feet, into the right hand, lifting up that left, taking a nice twist. Big inhale here. And exhale, bring the left hand all the way down, drop the right knee, and slide that left foot back. Using a cushion if you'd like to, come back to kneeling one more time. Again, closing the eyes for just a brief check-in, scanning through the body to notice now where we feel some opening, maybe in the shoulders, the hips, the spine. We've had a nice rotation. Take a nice big inhale, exhale fully, open the eyes. And then I'd just like us to slowly come up to standing, nice and slowly, and come to a wide-legged position. So stepping the feet 3 or 4 feet apart, we're going to press the outside edge of the feet into the floor. So the feet aren't rolling over, we're going to actively press them into the ground. Switch on the quads a little bit and the hamstrings to give you that solid foundation. From here, we're going to bend with the hands on the hips, folding with a flat back for as long as possible, just down into this forward fold. And the hands can stay on the hips, so you can bring them down to the floor for some extra support. Once you get there, you might find you like to just slowly wiggle the feet out for a slightly wider stance. That might give you a little bit more of a stretch, but keep the outside edge of the foot pressing into the floor, and then fold down for a nice forward fold. If that feels too much, just keep up on the hands. Nice. So from here, we're going to turn the left toes out as if we were coming into warrior 2, and the right toes in at about 45 degrees. But we're going to add in a slightly different position for our hands. We're going to walk them off to the side of the mat as if you were doing downward dog at about 45 degrees. This back left hip might want to stick out, but try to keep the left hip in line with the knee, and press the hands into the floor and bring the head just gently between the arms or in that direction. We should hopefully be feeling a nice opening and a stretch through the left hamstring, the hip. Good. You can walk the hands out once you feel a little bit more comfortable maybe. Breathe here. Stretch the fingers across the floor, take a nice big inhale, and then walk the hands all the way back and slowly turn the feet around as we go to the other side. So we're going to turn the right toes out, left toes in. My left ankle is about in line with my right ankle is in line with my left. And then I'm going to bend into that right knee and keep this right glute again in line. And as I take my hands over to the outside of the mat into this downward dog shape with the hands, I'm going to press into the floor and let the head just gently rest between the arms. Take a few nice breaths here. Good, and then slowly walk the hands up, turn the feet in, bring the hands to the center. Then we're going to bend the knees and turn the heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in, until the feet are back hip width apart. I'll turn to the side so you can see. And with a bend in the knees, let the head hang and just come into a ragdoll with spaghetti-like arms. Shake out the arms. And then come to center, nod the head a couple of times. Turn the head from side to side. Just letting the weight of the head just almost help to stretch out the neck. And then begin to roll up to standing very slowly, one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up. Good. When you reach the top, take a full body stretch. Inhaling the arms up overhead. You can bring the hands into a prayer position and look up. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Good. And for the end of class, let's just come down to the floor nice and slowly. And this might be where you'd like to take your cushion, and there are lots of ways we can use our cushion to help for a little relaxation. You can line the spine up and let the spine be supported. Another option is to place the cushion under the back of the pelvis, lifting the pelvis a little. And the final option, I'm giving you 3 options, is to place the cushion under the back of the knees. And then relax onto the floor, letting the ankles relax, the feet fall out to the side, bring the backs of the hands to the ground, the fingers are gently curling as they relax, closing the eyes and softening the face. And as you lay here for a few moments in Shavasana, just allow the body to melt into the floor. Imagine you're just pulling out over the floor. Gravity is helping you to release maybe final little bits of tension. So if you need to wiggle around and get comfortable, now's the time to do it. Maybe wiggle the shoulder blades, pelvis, feet. And then scan down through the body again from the crown of the head, down through the spine, the shoulders, the back, the hips, the knees, the ankles, and the feet. And just letting everything be supported by the ground beneath you. Notice the breathing soften. Letting go of the tension in the face. Feeling the eyebrows, the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue. Just let go of any final tension. And you're more than welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like to. If you're ready to move, we're going to slowly take the arms up overhead and take a full body stretch. Inhaling deeply, exhaling fully. Bend the knees, draw them up towards you. Move your props to one side and roll over to your right. From here, press yourself slowly up to sitting, opening the eyes slowly as you go, and just come to sitting in any position that's comfortable, so that you can take a few minutes to be thankful for this practice, thankful for the time to bring our hands into a prayer position, The athlete in me honours the athlete in you.